And to this point, obviously, he had been cut this evening before the episode of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, kind of like a shitty episode. Like, I'm going to call it like how I see it. I thought it was a lame-ass episode because half the time you have KJ Hamler and Jimmy Charlo's stories being spun when we knew they ultimately didn't make the team. Again, they were great stories. They were great characters. They were great individuals, and they'll probably play a role on a future team, no doubt about it. But with that said, I mean, from a entertainment standpoint, from getting my heartstrings pulled, like, it was hard to do knowing these guys were eventually walking to the gallows as far as the Bills were concerned.
Yeah, especially KJ Hamler. You knew there was that conversation with the wide receiver room, just like you and I were talking about earlier with Frank Gore Jr. We'll get into that a little bit later. But in some of these rooms, there was just never room for these fan favorites that were coming in, and a lot of people wanted room for. Donnie, I know you just took the episode in. What are your immediate thoughts?
Immediate thoughts? I mean, it was just, again, like you said, you know, it's awkward. We all looked at each other with Hamler. Like, oh, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
Another bunch of spotlights of Dawkins. I got to say, you know, I'm going to shout out my guy, Mike Riz, behind the camera right now.
The Riz Daddy.
So last week we watched the episode 3 right here. You know, I showed up to you got to support I'm a company man, you know, and he leaned over to me and said, "Man, Kincaid hasn't been in here at all." And we got one scene of Kincaid finally last week, and nothing again. So it seems like they're kind of just going back to the well. It's an underdog story. They don't want to. I feel like other than Dion. Like, you know, Josh has kind of, you know, fresh off the marriage, he doesn't really want to be involved too much.
Josh, listen, we heard from a couple people, and you can say whatever you want, fans of sources, yada, yada, and it was pretty apparent from everyone that the Bills really didn't want to do Hard Knocks this year.
No,
they did not want to be involved.
Yeah.
And we had multiple individuals who have proximity to the team, proximity players, tell us that Josh, like when he was sitting down for that interview, which they go back to multiple times throughout the series of him sitting in the bleacher, he didn't really want to do that shit.
Clearly
You look at
uncomfortable.
him clearly with, you know, bussing with the boys, with pardon my take, he looks a lot more comfortable. Did not seem like he really wanted to do that. Did not, and I think that just plays into the overall effect of the show, honestly.
So that mixed with, right, wasn't this the first season of Hard Knocks where it's like a winning team?
First ever Hard Knocks season for a winning team.
Yeah, right. So I think those two mixed together, they have to drum up some drama. So we're going with the underdogs. We're going with the Kairos. You know, we're going with the guys that might get cut. That it's you know, it's almost like Bill's Bachelorette. Like
all I'm
you
saying
know,
is
like
they
who's gonna get the rose and make the team at the end of it all? It's kind of weird.
That they missed on all their wild cards. The wild card to hit on was Shavers, and they were kind of hedging their bets with the highlight from his catch this past game.
Yeah.
They didn't really do a segment featuring him, did they? Throughout the series, it was always
not at all.
Savers,
Not at all.
no.
They did everything talking the wide receivers. They talked the depth. They talked how important it was.
they
But
did.
they missed that
If there
storyline
was
right in front of
anything
them.
if there was anything on the wide receivers, it was KJ Hamler,
Yeah.
which they did in the previous episode. By the way, I thought they did a great job highlighting the personalities of the guys with that motivational team coach with the rowing exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the improv.
That
improv.
made it even so more where it was like KJ was a highlight of those team exercises, and then the next episode, before they even highlight him again, he's cut.
Right, and I have to take a short
Please.
in and out because I'm looking at my notes and I have to highlight this because we saw episode 1. They had Dion at the drift pit, and
Yes.
yeah,
And it was very unpopular.
in Silver Lake at Big Indian. Shout out, we love them.
You already should know.
Yeah, but I feel like again they had this segment of who was it riding the bike through like ripping the mountain bike through the trails. Zach Davidson. Thank you, Mike Riz.
Who was tonight as well the highlight of the show, punting.
Yeah, but I feel like between those,
kicking.
the show has these moments where they're like determined to make Buffalo seem like this kind of like country hick town. Like we
Yeah.
race cars and we drive dirt bikes out here in Buffalo,
Well,
and then it snows.
yeah.
Like it's a little bizarre.
You can tell they kind of go
For me,
into
I
that.
took a note down from that. I'm like, what's with the off the off-field training vids going on?
You can tell it
regarding
seems like
that.
they kind of try to feed into that. with this whole aspect that we're Orchard Park and not Buffalo. Like, oh, Hard Knocks, here's Dion, like, out in the boonies,
Yeah,
drifting
I mean,
cars.
they always
and it's
do
like,
that.
in reality, we're only 20 minutes outside the city and where the games are played. And why do you act like it's, like, so crazy out there? But, like, that's just the immediate interaction to the Hard Knocks and the dramatic effect that they're going for.
Yeah, well, they always try to do that. They always try to think,
Yes.
hey, this is a football player, but you'll never,
here he
you'll
is
never believe who he
with his
becomes
kids."
outside of the field.
Yes.
They're all off outside of the whistles. You know?
Agreed.
So yeah, like I think they didn't need to worry about doing that much. Let's face it, we haven't seen one clip of Keon Coleman, so this was obviously Bill's state
Star of
controlled.
camp.
They wanted, yeah, and
or
he was.
Kincaid.
Yeah,
like
so-
Riz said.
It's almost like they don't want you to focus on these guys. And again, it definitely changed the show, and it definitely had an effect on how Bills fans are viewing this for certain.
Yeah, so I have a couple things I want to talk about with you guys. What did you think about the QB multicam, like computerized throwing motion improvement thing?
I thought it was
Yeah.
great.
You guys remember that?
I thought that was awesome. It gave me a little bit of nostalgia of sports science, if you guys remember.
Oh, Kurt
And
Bankus, shout
yes,
out. R.I.P.
and
I can't believe I'm
I
saying
was-
that.
I was
R.I.P.
just about to say, rest in peace to the great. His name again.
I think his name's Kurt Bankus, with all
Kurt
respect.
Bankus.
He's a great guy.
With all due respect, rest in peace. That was one of my favorite segments in all of ESPN and SportsCenter. Really broke down what goes on behind the scenes, what you don't understand about the mechanics of what goes in to be a great in the sport. So I really did appreciate those hip throwing dynamics of all the QBs, where it took me in terms of like the QB race. I don't even know, because I saw various QB races while I was at camp. So I don't know about that QB
Oh, yeah.
race, but
Right.
it was tough.
He was at camp, guys, if you didn't know.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, I was in Rochester. It was really cool, though. I enjoyed the aspects of it, and it would take a lot more than just me to understand what goes on to those insights. Tom, what'd you
Well,
think?
I thought it was pretty interesting because the guy behind the camera is breaking it down. Kind of said what he repeated. You know, he beat the horse to death. He repeated what we were all going to say. We've been saying for years, Josh Allen's an alien, right?
Yes.
And then he says how he'll correct something in his throwing motion, and it normally takes guys like weeks to correct, and he'll correct it in like what? He'd said like 2 or 3 reps. Like Josh is correcting things.
Superhuman.
And he kind of broke. I thought it was cool breaking down. It was like rookie, all arm. After that, thrower, but not all body. Now he's a passer. He's using that hip rotation. I mean, coming off an MVP season, I mean, they're pretty much putting it out for us. Sky's only up. The guy is not. He's not content. He's not like, I'm an MVP. I'm not working. I mean, he's still trying to improve his throwing motion. That's incredible.
Yeah, I think he's a guy who just knows he can constantly get better. I think that you look back at it now, those first 2 years he was in the NFL, people said there was just no chance of success based on his completion percentage at Wyoming, based on, certain tendencies he had to play hero ball, etc. So he's a guy who knows that there's always something within his game he can get better at. And yeah, I mean, Slick, now we can talk about our time at camp, because I don't think when we were at camp we saw him miss a throw, whether it was a drill going into those throwing targets or whether it was a throw of 10 to 20 yards to a receiver. He was on for those entire 2 weeks plus.
Agreed. I'll say, excuse
Want to give
you
a quick
just
shout
well
out to
in advance.
Chloe right here. She said Chris's breakdown of each of their forms was so cool.
I'll give a
to-
shout out to
so
Chloe.
cool
too.
to see. Yeah, we agree, Chloe.
Yeah, hell yeah, Chloe.
Chloe Kardashian, I love that.
And
The
just
biometric
And
thing.
just
so
briefly here,
sick.
we're going to bring in
Agreed.
the owner of 1407 Niagara Street, Sports City Pizza Pub, Mike Rizzo. But yeah, Maniac, like you said. At
Yeah, what's
camp-
the excuse?
The
me
real
again?
Riz coming up, baby.
excuse?
You said no. You said you got to say excuse me for me. You said.
Oh, did I? Oh, well, yeah. I just got to do that constantly.
Oh,
Because,
okay.
Yeah.
He didn't have a
it's-
reason.
It's a
Okay.
thing. Well, the fans have been asking, so
That's
I
fair.
just did it. So,
Thank you
but
for giving what they want.
Yes, at camp, as you were saying, they brought out the targets, right? Every single camp.
Look at that. That's a handsome man right
Every
there.
single practice camp. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the owner of Sports City Pizza, 1407 Niagara Street, Mike Rizzo.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys coming down.
We appreciate you, Mike. I was just saying.
Oh my
during camp,
God! Please hold those, folks. We might have seismic activity occurring here at 1407 Niagara Street. Got it. Okay, everything's stabilized. Talk
I was
to me,
just
though.
saying,
What
Mike,
was your thought on episode 4?
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys aren't wrong. Honestly, episode 1, top notch. You know, it got the Buffalo vibes going. We were there. We're looking forward to the season. Like it or hate it, everyone felt those vibes when Mr. Brightside came on. Red and white game in the stadium.
Oh, dude, when Mr. Brightside came on, episode 1, it was like
You see the new stadium. in
Bills
the
fans been
background, like, come
fucking
on.
waiting for this.
We're all there. Like,
Right.
Like it or hate it, it's back. Let's fucking go.
I think, like it or hate it, you were still fired up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, John Brenkus.
Mm.
On Sports Science.
Okay.
Okay.
I mess up.
Yeah.
I think it's a Kurt. I think it's a Kurt. So.
I want to make sure.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
We are pouring some out for him.
Jeez. Okay. All right. I think it got on my new sneakers, but that's okay.
It's okay. Those,
I'm not.
Pour
I'm
some
not
out.
complaining.
those sneakers are now black.
Those
Shout out
sneakers-
Josh Brankus.
Those sneakers have been in effect for like 5 years. So,
Blessed us.
Yeah, no, that's Sports Science. Like, that is exactly what Josh Allen, Mitch Trubisky, and the former Buffalo Bills quarterback, Mike White, was.
The artist known as Mike.
Mike
White.
White,
Exactly.
Ben, was Ben Duchaley? Bouchaley?
Yeah.
Shane Bouchaley.
Shane Bouchel.
Shane
Shane
I'm sorry.
Bouchel.
I'm sorry. Just cut tonight.
I did
Already
do
forgot.
Bouchaley. I called him Bouchaley all
we've been
training
doing
camp,
that
so
all
I'll
camp.
take.
That's
I'll
what we've
take.
been
I'll
doing that
take.
all
You
camp.
can put the blame on me.
And I will say all camp where we left off, Maniac. So we had the privilege of being over by where the quarterbacks did their throwing routine every day before they went into full team training, and there was this warm up activity drill, if you say. They had brand new nets via the Bills training team, brand new practice nets, 1, 2, and 3 separated in diagonal form. And they were given pitching to all the quarterbacks, one on each side, hit 1, 2, or 3. And Josh Allen was hitting 1, 2, and 3 on every fucking dial you could even imagine that the coach was asking him to. Not like the backups weren't doing that themselves. They just weren't doing it damn near as good as our QB1, the MVP. So I'm going to dish it back to Maniac, who saw it himself. Maniac, obviously, you saw that, and then Rizzo, his thoughts on everything. QB1 and going into the season, it's not a QB battle, but is it a QB battle for QB1?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm sorry, you lost me.
Yeah. What just happened? Can you explain that? Like, I have no clue what you're asking
Can we
me.
throw the mic
Do you have
back?
full confidence in QB1?
The MVP who's only gotten better every single year, who everyone defers to as like a godlike figure in this region. Yeah, I
That
have
is what I
confidence
just
in
asked,
him. Yeah.
I will-
Okay. Well,
Break it down.
I mean, I don't think there's anything to break down. Like what?
If I could steal this for 1 second.
You want to break down Mike White for me?
No, you know my stance. Talking about the backup quarterback is the biggest waste
I'm
of
not-
time
I'm
a
not-
Buffalo
I'm not-
Bills
I'm
fan
not.
can do. I don't think there's anything
We were
worth
talking
talking
about
about
the
from a
targets.
QB1 sense. So it
Okay,
just threw me
fair
because
enough,
you're
fair
like
enough.
you're talking
Sorry.
about the QB1 battle
Okay,
of
let's
QB1.
go to Mike Rizzo.
I just want to let you know, over here at 1407 Niagara Street, we have,
Yeah, I'm here right now.
we have a mural of not
Yeah,
Mike White,
Talent. 2 L's.
not
'Cause he
Mitch
doesn't take 'em.
Trubisky, not Shane Buechele, as great as he played. We have a mural of Josh fucking Allen on
Yeah.
the side of our building.
Damn right.
The
Come
same-
here and see it.
The same way that happened with the Colts back in the early 2000s.
Yep.
Why didn't the backups get reps
It-
with the first teamers? It's because if Peyton Manning goes down, we're fucked.
Jim Sorgi was
Same-
not going to be taking him to the Super Bowl.
Same
You know.
thing with Josh Allen. He goes down, we're fucked. But guess what? We're working with Iron Man here. He's not going down, and we're going all the way.
Fair enough. Everyone's doubting my.
Well, Josh Allen
Fair
got hurt
direction.
his rookie year, so he's not invincible. But yes, that's absolutely the moral of the story. We're not going to win a Super Bowl with Mitch Trubisky. We're not going to win a Super Bowl with Mike White. So it's not even like worth it. Like to me, the backup quarterback has always been
That
who
wasn't
helps.
my discussion.
Who help? What?
Nick,
That's not what I was
let's
asking.
put it this
So
way.
what were you asking that? I asked you to clarify right away. You said, do you have faith in QB1? And then that was pretty obvious, I thought.
Nick Foles is the asterisk, not the rule, the same way Tom Brady is the asterisk, not the rule.
Wait, what the?
Aaron Rodgers is trying to prove that he
I'm
can
coming
play.
through hot.
Aaron Rodgers is trying to prove that he can play until 45. He can't. The same way Mitch Trubisky wants to prove that he can win
I don't know.
a Super Bowl as a backup quarterback. He can't.
Just
I
like
love him. I think he's a great intermediary when we need to win weeks 7, 8, and 9 if Josh Allen goes down. But no, we're not winning a Super Bowl with Mitch Trubisky. I'm sorry to say it.
no, dude, that's
Sports
not
City Pizza Pub,
that's
you
not
heard it here
ever what the
first.
fuck I've said. Like I was just like, oh man, you know what? I'm gonna cut it and leave it to Maniac.
I mean,
with
we
his
gave
new
you about
mouthpiece.
3 chances to like figure out what you were
I
asking.
just
you
gave
couldn't
you
do
another.
It. One
No,
day,
I did,
one day
and
you're
you
gonna,
just said
one
I
day,
have-
one day Slick's gonna. One day Slick's gonna learn what he wants to talk about for sure. With that said, again, the big takeaway to me is that this was like the worst season of Hard Knocks I've ever seen, and I don't know if that was because the Bills controlled it. I don't know. If
I
want to
talk about politics. I'm just kidding.
Are you okay?
No, I'm just kidding.
Don, let's swap him out.
I'm-
Let's get Don for Slick here. We need a roster change.
Honestly, can we get the homeless guy who's looking in through the window? Like, where are we at with this?
I have no idea. But you have any thoughts on that, or did
On
you
what?
On it being the worst season of Hard Knocks you've ever seen? You think I'm
it
too out
wasn't
with that take?
No, I don't actually. First season of a winning team, it wasn't great, but I do appreciate like the first season of a winning team. You get the insights that you've never had of a winning team. Obviously, with the losing teams, there's all the drama. Who's going to make this roster spot? Who's not? Who's not happy under the coach's eye of everything? But this one, it's interesting to me because everyone's literally fighting for a spot. Most people are happy under the coach's roster, and Rizzo has something to say.
This is the first time an MVP trophy has ever been featured on
Dude,
Hard Knocks.
and
Well,
not only
I do
that,
wanna point
not
that out.
only has it been featured in the background, dare I say, Josh Allen, the only 2-time MVP.
I do want to point
ever.
out there are 3.
Ever.
There
You guys are
3
pointing.
MVP trophies in that quarterback
Yeah,
room at
former champ.
And all of them belong to the Bills, right?
Yeah,
There's only-
Trubisky won his with the Bears.
Right.
one Bears, 2
But there's
Bills,
3
all in the
trophies,
quarterback locker
and
room.
they all currently.
Yeah, they all reside at one Bills drive.
Agreed.
Yes, for
Agreed.
sure.
For
Which
now,
is-
for
yeah.
now until
Now,
they make
was
their
the
way down
MVP
to
trophy
1407 Niagara Street.
That would be outstanding if we saw an
Yeah,
MVP.
get
in
it
the
here,
trophy
get it
case.
here.
Oh,
Was
you will see my erection.
Was the
when that
MVP
happens.
folks? You will not see his erection at any other point.
Come to 1407,
except
you
for
will.
except for Wing Night, which is every Wednesday, and we got dollar wings when you dine in. Was the MVP trophy shown in an earlier episode, or am I misremembering that? Like briefly, similar to how it was shown tonight.
You
Yes.
may be misremembering.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it was shown in the Bills field house very briefly.
very, very quickly. So
Yeah,
similar
yeah.
to that, some of that.
I,
But-
I'm willing to call that wrong.
But we're
I do
talking.
not know for
We're
certain.
being a little critical this season. I know I am. I'm trying to lure you boys into being a little bit more critical. We have 1 episode left. If you could put something on your wish list for what you want to see in the last episode of Hard Knocks, what would you choose?
I'll go first. I would love to have the Hard Knocks crew at Northtown Toyota for the Khalil.
So you want to see Slick
Shakir.
L? You want to see Slick L on Hard Knocks?
I don't know what that means. I was hoping to see Maniac holding like a really good looking puppy on Hard Knocks, but
That'd
you
be
guys
huge.
just shut down all my credibility, so I'm gonna pass it.
Wow. HBO is so dramatic. So
No,
great. It's
no,
okay.
like
It's
you guys
Tuesday.
all
It's
wondered, and
Tuesday.
when I
It's
said
okay.
what I wanted, you were like, "Oh, of course!" And it's like,
We were-
I want
we're
to
just
see
giving
them
you
at our own
shit.
our own event.
Okay, if you could see any one player featured, who would you want to see?
Oh, that's a great question.
You know you're going to get Josh Allen a little bit. You know
Terrell
you're going to get a
Bern-
little McDermott.
Terrell Bernard. I feel like they have underlined the linebacker battle just a little bit. Obviously, they've highlighted Joe Andreessen. He's the local guy. But then you gloss over Terrell Bernard with the number change. Matt Milano coming back off the injury. Those are the 2 starters, obviously. Hopefully they stay intact, and then the backup for the battles. So I feel like they have just underglossed that battle a little bit. I would like to see a little bit more.
What about you, Mr. Rizzo?
referring to.
You could see any player featured. You could see any storyline happen on this final episode coming next Tuesday. What would you be looking for?
I mean, the simplest thing would be the biggest player to be featured would be none other than Trainwreck Sports' Slick L to be featured there, get his hot takes. I think he has a number of not only hot takes but legitimate takes to offer. You know, regardless of what he may be saying tonight, I think he's one of the most legitimate reporters out there outside of our own Maniac.
Yeah,
himself.
Slick's legitimacy out the window. I never had it to begin with, so it's all good.
Well, you know what? That's why you
Six
work
Saturday,
next to him,
bitch.
because you guys are like Stephen A. Smith and Nick Wright out there. You guys can't get
No,
you guys
okay.
can't get your story straight. You guys are always battling.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's some validity to both of what
I
you
was gonna
guys say.
cut in,
So.
but, eh.
What do you got?
I was
what-
just gonna
which
cut
one
in.
do-
I
which
was
one
gonna
do you wanna
say, if
be?
anything, we're like Stephen A. and Skip Bayless, but Nick Wright is just fucking downright offensive.
Honestly, I didn't want to. I didn't
You
want to
shouldn't
call
have
one of
done
you
that.
guys called Skip Bayless.
Well,
I think he's more offensive than anyone else.
that's fair, right?
He
At
works
least-
out. He's a fit guy.
Nick Wright though.
He's married happily.
Which
he?
one?
Skip Bayless, and
Yeah.
I think Nick Wright is. I think Nick
Oh,
Wright is
yeah,
married
that's-
relatively happily.
He's probably married to like a dog.
Jeez, that's pretty rude.
I'm gonna put the mic down at this point.
Yeah, no. Listen, I'm sure they're all married to beautiful women, or beautiful men. Doesn't matter in that regard. But with
No,
that
of
said,
course not.
doesn't matter whether you're going wings or flats here at Sports City Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara Street. Any other deals or promotions working on? We obviously have the golf tournament just under a month away now.
I was just about to say, thank you guys for having me on. Thank you guys for coming down. We had a great crowd here today. We have our Sports City Golf Classic, the first annual, coming up on September 22nd out at Chestnut Hill. Registration deadline is on Wednesday, September 10th. And rumor has it that may be extended one day.
May?
We're in talks with Sal Capaccio. He may be able to offer you guys a slick deal, but it's you're gonna have to tune into a train wreck.
There has been a lot of scuttlebutt on the timeline about Sal's Hole at this event. And
Well,
do you
don't-
think it's crazy that Slick is so desperate to get in Sal's Hole? It's over. It's just under a month away.
I mean, I think Sal's Hole is clean
It's a great.
shaven as his
it's
head.
a great promotional
And
event.
I think it's going to be
well manicured.
smooth,
It's a great-
and there's
it's-
going to be no issues whatsoever.
Best
And
one
if you
on the
guys have
course.
any
It's a
questions
well-manicured
on
hole
what
that's
Sal's
easy to
Hole
play.
Yeah.
has to offer, you guys better check out Herbal
Absolutely.
IQ. I believe it is coming up on September 11th. I don't know what that date has in your calendar,
Oh
but
my
for
God!
us,
Never forget. Jeez,
but for
Rizzo,
us,
come on.
it is
Proud to be
going
an
to
American.
feature Sal Capaccio at Herbal IQ, and that is going to be your last chance to sign up for the Sports City Golf Classic. Feel free to check out sportscitypizzapub.com. Check out our events page, and you know what? You guys aren't going to regret it, because you know what? Just like golf, this train never stops.
Never stops. Any final words, Dreamboat?
Let's all play the golf classic. Let's get that down. Let's
go,
all
Mo.
get excited, because folks, listen to me.
Right now.
Okay?
Right now.
We got a week and a half till the season starts. So you better get informed. This last episode of Hard Knocks, let's watch it. Does it matter? No!
No.
This season matters. Let's go Super Bowl or bust, or I'll fight Slick. I'll fight Slick at the end of the season if we don't win this goddamn
This is
Super Bowl.
This is a great guarantee.
We need to win a Super Bowl.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
Wow. I don't want to see Slick Urdon fight.
I don't want to see Slick beat up.
What about both of us fight?
No, I don't want to see because Slick's panicking over here. All right, final thoughts here. You didn't get your messaging out right. Let's finish strong.
Folks, I love you all. I love you. I love everyone that tuned in.
This might be my final. This might be the final time I've been on this microphone.
I'll kill you.
If Don has his
Wait, you
way,
mean in the ring? No, in real life.
if Don has his way with what he wants, you may never see me again. But I love you all, and I wish you all a good night.
No. Win the
1407. Niagara Street.
Win the Super Bowl or Slick's life is over.
Sports